Jim Ostrowski. Haven't done too many broadcasts. I'm in election law season, and it's my busy season. So I'm also doing multiple briefs on the mask lawsuit against Hochul. Channel 4 interview today on the Second Amendment, basically against Hochul, too. She seems to be my foil these days, which is kind of appropriate because I helped put her into Congress inadvertently. The GOP screwed up as they usually do and didn't support my candidate. So we got Hochul. GOP is really dumb. So what I want to talk about is, look, after a number of years of not really trying to get on like national media or get speaking gigs, I'm really now trying to do that. So I don't have a PR firm. If I did, I'd retire and just live off the money. It's ridiculous. The whole story about how people get on talk shows and how people place stories in the newspaper. The media is so corrupt. It's just fucking unbelievable. I mean, you hire these PR firms and they went to college with the host of the show and they take them out to dinner at the Four Seasons or whatever. The whole thing is so fucking corrupt. So, long story short, if you look at any of the stories that are going on in the country right now, they're topics that I have written books about. It's really freaking funny. So the Second Amendment, big story now. Who wrote the book, The Second Amendment Works? I did. Race relations are at a horrible state in this country. And I wrote a book called Progressive Big Government's War on Black People. What else is there? The lockdown. We're seeing the long-term effects of the lockdown. I filed a lawsuit about it on May 15th, 2020. The judge ran out the clock, sat on it, and mooted out the case. So I wrote a book called, well, can't even remember the title, A Crime Against Humanity, Essays Against the Lockdown. So lockdown, got that covered. Schools are an issue. Government schools are bad for your kids, and also free the children. So whatever the major topics are, I may not be good at getting on Tucker Carlson or Steve Bannon or any other shows, but I do know what the top issues in the country are, and I've covered them. I've done the research, so I'm really kind of ready to go prime time. So the interview with Ford today, it was sizzling. 15 minutes. I totally destroyed the gun control concept. Frankly, nobody else can do as good a job because they haven't done the work. Okay, you know, life is about work. You do the fucking work, and you're ready to roll. It's not even hard. Doing the work is hard. Doing the interview is easy. You only saw a few snippets of it online, whatever. Hopefully they'll run a few more because the guy was into the guy was into it. He knew he was dealing with a quality person. He wasn't getting the bullshit that he was getting from everybody else. So, really, I just wanted to say, I don't have a PR firm. I'm asking people. I want speaking gigs, whether they're paid. I'd prefer that they be paid, particularly if I have to travel. If I have to travel extensively, they have to pay. But I'm looking to get out there again. Done enough on the internet, kind of getting a little sick of that. I want to get out and meet people. I want to get on some of these shows. It's frustrating to watch these shows and just, you know, they're not getting the job done. The people, I'm not talking about the hosts. I mean, there's some good shows out there. The guests aren't getting the job done because they don't have the expertise. They don't have the expertise. So again, if you want me out, if you want to start winning, we're getting our asses kicked, whatever you call it, the Liberty Movement or fellow travelers, we're getting our asses kicked, folks. And you got to have your best people on the front lines. So if you want to win some of these battles, stop getting our asses kicked, stop relying on the mediocre Republican Party or the think tanks in Washington. I'm asking people, just send a quick email. Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson, whatever your favorite show is. I know one of my clients that I helped out pro bono on a vaccination unemployment case is already trying to get me onto a show on one of the networks. I need your help. Um, I'm trying to get on the lecture circuit down in the red states in July. They had let me tell you, this is really funny. They had a homeschool convention in Florida, or have one coming up. And no offense, but Ben Carson is the keynote speaker. The guy, what expertise does he have on education? I've written 2 books on the subject. I'm just getting tired of taking the back seat to people who aren't as competent as I am in the issue. Fucking tired of it. Wouldn't you be tired of it? You labored in the vineyards for 40 years and you can't even get on TV. So stupid. I feel like just turning the goddamn thing off. But Ben Carson, if I have 50 homeschoolers in Florida willing to meet with me in late July, be happy to meet with them. Every movement starts with one-on-one contact. I wasn't a fan of Jimmy Carter when he ran for president, but he started out, just meeting people in their living rooms, and they thought he was real. And in some sense, he was real. He's a very flawed president, in my view. I think he was much better ex-president, as many people have pointed out. But I'm willing to get out there, turn the computer off, talk to people face to face. I'm really interested in talking to people out in the rural areas. I feel like, the liberty movement has neglected the people in the rural areas who are, if you look at it statistically, are most likely to support libertarian candidates, whether capital L or small l. So help me out, folks. Get me a referral. I want to get out there. I'm going down to the Southeast in July. I'm going to be going to Ohio, West Virginia, and Indiana on demand because I'm so close. If somebody wanted me in Ohio tomorrow and I didn't have a court appearance, I'd be there to speak about what? The Second Amendment. Government schools are bad for your kids. How to free the children from government schools. The lockdown. We got a little war going on. Who's written about war? Who predicted the civil war in Iraq, never having been outside the U.S. or Canada at that time? Who predicted the civil war in Iraq? Who wrote a book about why Hillary and Obama should be impeached over their war crimes in Syria and Libya? A little bit about, you heard me use this term, archism. Well, it may seem like a funny term, an odd term, but it's the key to understanding what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a PR firm. I'm my own PR firm. Whatever the issue is, the top 5 issues in the country, I've written a book or part of a book about it. So just want to let you know, I'm taking a break. Got to go back and write a brief against Hochul on, forcing kids to wear masks for 2 years. Not her personally, but her regime and the like-minded people who imposed that mandate. So I'm going to be getting back on it next week when I'm cleared up some free time. I'm going to be plotting out these speaking tours in New Hampshire, the Southeast, Ohio, West Virginia. Anybody knows a group, if you can get 50 people in West Virginia who want to hear about how to free the schools, free the children in West Virginia, I'm there. What is it, like a 12-hour drive? I'm there. So calling on your help, send an email, make a phone call, post online, ask these groups to have me on. Aren't you sick of seeing the same old people? The same old people on TV who, however talented they are, or however persuasive they are, we're not winning, folks. We're not winning. The liberty movement starts around 1969, let's say. This country has lost liberty virtually every year since then, and drastically. So we're not winning, folks. I'm devoting the rest of my life to this fight, but I need a little help. There's no man behind the curtain. I got no budget. It's just me and, 45 years of experience, research, writing, battling these people. I can beat them, folks, but I need your help. Thank you very much.